Hey everybody, Alex Kozora, SteelersDepot.com, doing our usual recap for Sports on Earth, recapping the Steelers' victory after such a disappointing, just awful loss last week to Chicago. It was really good and really important to bounce back and get a 26-9 victory over the Baltimore Ravens. Steelers go to 3-1 on the season, sole possession of first place in the AFC North. So again, critical game. And weird side note, 26-9 victory happened twice for Pittsburgh this year. Only happened 8 times in NFL history. Steelers have been involved in 4 of those. Again, 2 this year. Just a random quirky side note that I always kind of love. But to the game itself and how the Steelers got the victory, it was through the run game. And that's something they've been trying to improve on and have improved on slowly but surely each week of the season. It was better last week in Chicago, but as Mike Tomlin pointed out last week, that was kind of the reason why the rushing totals didn't look great overall is because, of course, the Steelers got down. They had to pass the football, and they had to play from behind for most of the game. This week, Steelers go up early. They start the game off with a great 15-play drive, and they're able to kind of ride Le'Veon Bell the rest of the way. He gets 35 carries, has, I think, over 180 total yards of scrimmage, the most the Steelers ever had against the Baltimore Ravens. Took advantage of a Ravens run D that was missing Brent Durbin, that was missing Brandon Williams, and kind of was able to control the tempo and the clock and hold off Baltimore. Now, it wasn't perfect. It wasn't the prettiest of games of offense. Offense still left a lot there. Defense allowed too many splash plays. Some weird stuff with the refs. The AB interception was just an awful call, but what are you going to do about that? I thought the Steelers responded to sudden change relatively well, and in that instance, holding Baltimore to a field goal. But the defense got some splash plays. Ryan Shazier, fantastic game. Really, Shazier goes as the way the Steelers defense goes is the way Ryan Shazier goes. Whenever he's playing well, Steelers defense is playing well. Whenever he struggles like last week, the whole defense is going to struggle as well. Has an interception 5 in 9 games. He's a linebacker. That's unheard of. And then he tips another pass that creates another interception. So the turnovers were really key today. 4 sacks on Joe Flacco. Generally holding them in check, not allowing a ton of big plays. A couple things in the run game that have to get cleaned up. But just generally speaking, to be able to control the clock, control the tempo of the game, that's the most important thing. And Steelers are 3-1. They'll go play Jacksonville next week. So let me know what you guys think about this game, where the Steelers are at, and where they're going to go in the future. And we'll talk to you next week to recap Jacksonville.